Let me ask you particularly about the Great Barrington Declaration, if I may. That sets out the idea of focused protection, the idea that you protect the most vulnerable in society, and maybe the rest of us can get on with our own lives in some kind of way. I hope I've not misstated it, but that's how I understand it to be. Can you tell us a bit, how did the Barrington Declaration come about in the first place? How did it originate?
And it turned out that there were other people around the world who were also very aware of the obvious harm that lockdowns would cause. And so then I was invited by Martin Kulldorff to a conference, to a meeting in America, which I accepted because I looked at what he was saying, and they seemed to fall very much in line with what I was thinking. He'd just written a very nice piece for the Jacobin, a left-wing publication, which where he said very appropriately that lockdowns were throwing the poor under the bus. And so I felt, here's someone who really feels, with whom I have a great affinity in terms of what the problems are here. And I'd also been following Bhattacharya's work and was greatly appreciative of that, of his position. So when he suggested that the three of us meet in the United States, and that he would be able to enable that, at the time it was very difficult to travel, but he said that we would be able to get permission to meet. So I accepted that invitation, and then we all ended up in this, the Institute for the American Institute for Economic Research, and which is in Great Barrington in Massachusetts, and then we had a meeting. We had a sort of press conference, really, ourselves and Stefan Barrell, who couldn't be there but zoomed in from Canada, and then eventually we wrote something, this document, which we thought might be a useful thing to put online, and see whether people were not even in agreement so much as willing to put this on the table to discuss. And that's how it came about.
It's had around about, I think, 920,000 signatories now alongside yours at the moment, so it's been quite influential, I would say. Looking back over, what, year and a half, was it, 2 years ago, and the statement that you made then, with hindsight, is there anything you change about it, or would you stand by all of it as it stands?
Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, it wasn't a very, detailed statement. It was sort of,
No.
It was a sort of a kind of strategy document. It wasn't. I mean, it's been misinterpreted. I mean, or it couldn't be anything other than. So for me, what it says is that lockdowns are not the appropriate tool. They cause enormous harm. So we have to think of something else. And focused protection, where possible, is the best we can do. That's all. I think that's all it says.